Hey folks, Brian here from Color Tone Painting. I'm a painting contractor based in Connecticut. I'd like to share with you my experiences with Home Advisor, now called Angie. Also Angie's List, now called Angie. If you're not aware, they are a platform that helps consumers find vetted contractors in their area. Contractors who've been background checked and who are licensed. All of which consumers could easily do themselves. But anyhow, this is a platform. It's free for consumers, but contractors are the ones who pay for it. That's done through an annual fee, which I believe was $250 when I was part of Home Advisor. And how also Home Advisor makes most of their money, now Angie, is through leads, which they charge their contractors. Now, that's where the problem lies. That's where I found problems. Now, the main problem with the leads I found is you can't always control them. Well, your options are limited. Let's just say that. The most you could turn your leads off for on your app is 2 days. The most you could turn it off for when you go on your home computer, which is much more of a hassle, is 2 weeks. Now, if you want to get any delay in pausing your leads longer than that, you have to call them up, customer service, and I believe it's a month or two maximum that they'll allow. And see, here's the problem is, well, one, all these leads aren't good. A lot of them are bad. I found most of them to be bad. Most of them were tire kickers. Most of them were just people looking to pick your brain, people looking to find the cheapest price out there. They were not serious inquiries. The other problem with their leads is it opens you up to scammers. Now, people don't have to use the platform to contact you. They can see who you are on the platform and get a hold of you via other ways, text, email, or call you. Now, I found that this opens you up to the scammers. My phone rang off the hook all day long. 10, 12 scammers every day, sending messages, calling. The other problem with their leads is you can't just pause them and repause them. You have to turn them back on again in order to turn them off, thus opening you up to all the scammers. And here's their other problem with their leads. They give you a list of options if you don't want one of these leads. Now, none of the options include, I just can't make it, maybe I hurt my back, I have a doctor's appointment. You have to pick through their options of leads in which they'll be the judge on whether they find that acceptable or not, and whether to grant you a refund for a lead in which you don't want. Now that's where I ran into problems. Come 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning, I get a lead from Home Advisor, now Angie. I had forgotten to turn my leads off the previous night before. I did see it pop up on my phone. They will warn you. Like I said, I wanted to turn it off for more than just 2 days. I want to turn it off for at least 2 weeks. I'm a painter. I'll be on jobs for weeks at a time. Now, perhaps if you're an electrician or a house cleaner or a plumber and you're making calls where you're doing 4, 5, or 6 calls a day and you have to keep that flow running of leads, that's fine. But if you're a contractor like me who works on jobs for long periods of time, it's very important that I could shut those leads off and not be paying anywhere from $50 to $150, $60, or $70 for a lead that I don't want. So, I get this lead 5 o'clock on a Sunday morning, like they expect you to call anybody at that time. Well, I try canceling it, it doesn't work. I tell them that I'm not available to do it. They still want their $160 for this lead for a job that I positively could not do. Well, anyway, many talks with Home Advisor's management team, all them telling me how I'm such a valued customer, how much that they love me, and how much they're willing to work this out. Well, they're willing to work it out in one way, and that was to make sure they got that $160+ out of me. They did offer to bump it down a slight bit, but I told them I was not going to pay anything for a lead that I did not want, could not possibly do, and for a lead which they already collected from other contractors. They already collected that money. So, like, they really have to give it to me too. And that's the other thing about Home Advisor, folks, that I'll warn you about. Other guys are getting these leads. It's not just you. It's other guys in your area. So you're competing. So you're paying for this lead that's also competing with a bunch of other guys who are also getting the lead. And ladies too. Pardon me about that. So, just a little tidbit from me about Angie. Beware, contractors. I found it not to be worth it at all. I paid hundreds of dollars in lead altogether. I believe I paid over $1,200 in a year for the services of Home Advisor, now Angie. And I think I got one job, a $450 job out of all that. And I usually bat pretty good. I usually bat, about 8 or 9 out of 10 for landing my leads and landing, estimates that I do on my own. Home Advisor, not the case. A bunch of scammers, a bunch of tire kickers, a bunch of people looking at how to pick your brain so they can figure out how to do the job themselves. Or just find the cheapest contractor out there. These were not serious inquiries. At least that was my experience with Angie. So, contractors, beware. I found Angie to be a huge ripoff.